So here at the Hollywood Distillery, we produce several different types of spirits, including vodka, gin, and whiskeys. And with all of this equipment here right behind me, we use it to produce that equipment. Our vodka, which is our flagship product, is made from dates, and not the whole dates itself. We bring in a syrup that's processed with our partnership with the local date farms throughout Southern California, where we take organic dates and we ferment them. We add water to it and ferment the dates, which take that sugar that exists within the dates and turns it into alcohol. We then take the alcohol that's in that date syrup, then we put it in the still and distill it to remove all the alcohol out of it. Now, when we distill vodka, we distill that vodka to 95% alcohol, so very strong. And once it's distilled to 95%, it's a very pure spirit. And at that point, we add water to it to dilute it back down to 40% alcohol, which is the concentration that we bottle it at. Vodka is also used to make gin, which is a little known fact. The gin that we produce here, we start first with making a vodka, and we use that vodka to add botanicals to it and redistill it to flavor the gin. The gin is flavored with several different botanicals, including the classics of juniper and coriander. But our gin, which we want it to be very representative of the flavors that exist within the California desert here in Southern California, we chose to add sage and prickly pear cactus to the gin. The sage really brings out this beautiful, bright earthiness that gives it a lot of flavor and is very reminiscent of some of the smells that you would smell in the desert on a rainy day. Of course, we also use prickly pear cactus, which is where our gin gets its name from, the Nopalera. The addition of prickly pear cactus gives the gin a very bright, fruity character that is just delicious to drink in a cocktail or neat. Now, along with gin and vodka production, we also make some wonderful whiskeys here at the Hollywood Distillery. One of the types of whiskey that we make here is bourbon whiskey, which is a whiskey that's made from corn. We take corn here in our facility and we mill it and mash it and cook it, and then ferment it into a beer that's meant specifically to be distilled into whiskey. That beer is then distilled in the pot still here behind us, where we double distill it to make a very traditional Kentucky-style bourbon, but first and foremost utilizing California-grown grains to produce the spirit, and age that whiskey in new American oak barrels for several years prior to it being bottled and served in the glass right in front of you.